Hello guys, and welcome back to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today I'm sharing with you a marathon cleaning video. This is over 2 hours long, so if you're looking for motivation, this is the spot for you today. I'm going to be sharing decorating and cleaning hacks. I'm going to be sharing satisfying deep cleaning. I'm going to be decluttering, organizing, going through paperwork. You name it, it is in today's video. So I just hope you guys really enjoy this. If you do, definitely let me know down below in the comments section so I know to create more of these. I just love these satisfying, highly motivated videos. I like to just turn them on and clean with them. I can hear the girls talking, I can hear great music. So it's just a fun way for us to clean together and to keep each other motivated. So if you're new here, my name is Ashley. Welcome to my channel. I do a lot of cleaning videos, DIYs, home tours, home makeovers, morning routines, evening routines. I pretty much do all of your lifestyle videos here, and I would love to have you. So definitely just hit that red subscribe button down below. But now we're going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So one of the main things I want to focus on today is getting my laundry caught up. It has gotten out of control. I even want to get all my bedding done. I like to do this once a week. I just sleep so much better when my sheets are clean and they have that nice scent from the laundry softener. So if you're not sleeping well, I highly suggest you ripping off all those sheets and shams and pillow cushions. All of that, get them nice and clean. I promise you will sleep so much better the night that you do that. And then I'm going to head into my laundry room. I have so much laundry to get done. I'm going to go ahead and sort it. Typically when I do one load a day, I'll just throw everything in together, but I'm going to have so many loads. I'm going to go ahead and get it separated. So I'm going to do towels and then lights and then darks. I wear a lot of grays and that can go either way, so if I have more darks than lights, I'll go ahead and start throwing some light grays over there. So I'm going to go ahead and just get everything sorted so I can get a load in the washer. So basically when it's laundry day, I just like to compile everything together so I can see what I'm working with. It's a little overwhelming at the beginning, but it's so rewarding at the end, and I'm going to kind of show you as we go through the video. I'm just going to do little laundry updates so you can see that I'm getting through it. But right now I'm just getting all the laundry in our house that needs to be clean, and I'm going to show you a few clips of all the stuff I have to get done. I'm telling you, the camera did not even make it seem as bad as it was. We had so much laundry. So I'm going to get the first load going, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with our clothes just so we have some. I'm running out of like pajamas and socks for the week, so I try to do the most important load first, and then I always save my towels for last because if I throw them in the dryer and it's late, they can stay there overnight and I'm not worried about them wrinkling. And after I go ahead and get my clothes done, I will start the bedding because that's something that has to be done as well. But like I was saying, we were just running out of things, so I wanted to go ahead and get the clothes going, and I knew they would dry faster than our bedding. So I'm going to go ahead and get it going. I've been using this Tide. I switch up my laundry stuff quite often, but I've been liking a lot. And then my softener is just a Walmart off-brand, and it smells so good. I think it's nice to change up your laundry softener every time you buy, because otherwise you get used to the scent and you don't smell it, versus when you're changing it up every time. Now that I have my laundry going, I'm just going to run into my beauty room and just do a real quick tidy up. I like to make sure my blanket's folded up. I have like a hanger out from getting ready. I want to clear off my vanity just to kind of make sure it's nice and clean. Since I work in here, I don't want to look around and have like a dirty home. So I like to just spend a few minutes in getting it cleaned up. I decided to go ahead and grab my just like Jaws hardwood cleaner to clean off my vanity. This thing gets so dirty all the time, and I recently, in my last like day in the life video over on our vlog channel, I had Chase hang up my mirror because I hadn't done it since we rearranged rooms again, and there was like a lot of dust where the mirror was sitting on the table, so I wanted to go ahead and get it clean just so I didn't have to keep sitting there looking at the dust when I was getting ready. And then I had noticed the other morning that this door has gotten so dusty. I don't think I've ever cleaned it. This isn't the door that came with our house. I didn't like the way it opened up because you could never see our window in there. So when this was my office previously, I added a barn door here, and then Savannah took over this room and she did not like it. It was too heavy, so we took it down, and this is the style door she wanted, and it really does work out best. So when it's open, I still have natural light coming in, but I had never cleaned it, so it was super dusty, so I decided to go ahead and get it wiped down. So I absolutely despise cleaning bathrooms. I don't know what it is, because it's not like our bathroom's huge. It's not even like it's that dirty, but it was getting bad. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down. I need to clean my shower so bad, but I just can't get motivated to do it, especially when I'm filming, just because it's already so much work and then trying to get camera angles. But I like to go ahead and just wipe down my sink. You know, we're doing a lot of touching in here. I'm trying to keep all of like our soap bottles and faucets clean. So I'm going to go ahead and work on getting that done. I know my soap bottle was driving some of you guys crazy because I hadn't taken the sticker off of like how much it was, but I've just been so busy. So anyway, since I had the product out in a sponge, I went ahead and scrubbed it off. So I hope that makes you guys feel better. It does make me feel better too. I'm not going to lie, it was driving me crazy. I just hadn't found the time. So I'm going to wipe off my counter, and then I'll work on my mirror as well.
I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking. You're sweet. You're falling into me. Touch me. I swear. You would do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn.
Once I was cleaning up my bathroom, I was headed back into my kitchen to grab another cleaning cloth and a new cleaning product, and I found Tiger just like asleep on my bedding out in the hallway. I thought it was so sweet, and I thought you guys would enjoy it too. He just hasn't been feeling 100%, so I just let him nap right there. It doesn't bother me at all because I'm about to clean the sheets anyways. I grabbed my Jaws glass cleaner. I do still have a coupon code for you guys. It's Ashley25, and I always have that link down below in my description description box. If you guys are ever needing products, especially now that we're like stuck inside and we can't get out. They also have a really good disinfectant cleaner, so if you can't find one locally, definitely order through them. Like I said, I'll have all that information down below in my description box. But I'm going to start off in this room and work on my mirrors and my picture frames, and I'm basically just going to be going from space to space and using that product. Sometimes it's so much easier just to grab the Windex and a rag and get everything done in the house that I can use it on, and then go to the next product, and that's kind of what happened with this today.
Try to hide it, but you had me from the get-go. Let me be frank, I'm not that complicated. If you need me, it's a use of playing games, though.
So I came in our master bedroom just to wipe down our nightstands because they're mirror and I like to get them clean, and I noticed we hadn't put the pillows back on the bed. I'm one of those that even though my sheets are off, I still want my bed to look as neat as possible, so I'm just going to fluff up all the pillows that I have. They don't have like pillowcases on them right now, but then I just put my decorative throw pillows on front. And it just makes it look somewhat put together because my sheets probably aren't going to get done anytime in the near future. It's going to be a few hours because I have so much laundry. So I feel like the room just is more put together this way.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in.
I also decided to wipe down these pictures. We had been rearranging and moved our mirror and these pictures and then the artwork that was in here. And we got everything rehung, but I never cleaned it all off, so I keep noticing all the fingerprints from like Chase touching them to hang them. So you're going to see me work on all those items that we rearranged just so they're nice and clean since we had been touching them so much. Now that I worked on all those items that we had rearranged, I thought I'd run in here and work on Savannah's items. They didn't have really any fingerprints on them because they haven't been touched, but they do get a little dusty, and I thought I would go ahead and wipe down her mirror. There's sometimes I just get on a roll when I have like a product and a rag. I just keep going, and it's just an easy way to clean. You could just do this with one product a day. Just pick one product and grab one rag and clean all your glass, and then one day clean all your wood. That's not what I'm doing today. I still have lots of other cleaning to do, but if you're stuck at home and just don't have a lot of time or you're super overwhelmed, just grab that one product and clean as much as you can. But now I'm going to head into my guest bathroom. This is Savannah's bathroom. Obviously no guests are coming in right now, so it's mainly just hers, and I'm just going to clean it out real quickly. Okay, now I'm going to work on my back door. This thing is always a mess. The boys claw to get out and then they claw to get in. You know how that goes. You're just never happy. The outside does get worse just because it's been really rainy and muddy here. So when they pull on it, mud actually gets on it. So I definitely wanted to clean it both sides. I also wanted to let you guys know that yes, I did recolor my hair. I'm sure you can tell right here in the natural light. I love this color. I feel like it's a gorgeous. I've used it for over a decade. I've colored my own hair for over a decade. So if you guys are looking for a product right now or you guys are stuck inside, I have that in my Amazon store and it is super, super, super affordable.
Make me feel right. Wanna look at you all night. Put you in that spotlight. Oh, you know you're beautiful. You know you're beautiful. And it's like you're untouchable. Like you're untouchable.
So now I'm going to start tidying up my kitchen. We had a few things out. Savannah likes to decorate or rearrange her room as much as I do, and she was playing with some of my cake stands, seeing what she wanted out in her bedroom, so I had pulled them out. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back in, and then we had Pop-Tarts this morning for breakfast, so I'm going to put that away as well, and then I'm going to work on getting all the dishes put away.
You're beautiful. What are you doing to me? I think I'm going crazy. Oh, I just want you now.
Just in case you're wondering, I always get questions about these pants when I wear them. They're just from Ross, so obviously nobody can go buy them right now, but when the stores open back up, they have amazing deals on jeans and they're super affordable. They're under like $17, so definitely check them out. And then my shirt is just from TJ Maxx. Like last year, there was like 3 or 4 of them and they all went on clearance, so I just bought them up. I love a good basic black tee. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab that Jaws cleaner. It's a disinfectant, so I can't wipe it off immediately. This one on the bottle says you have to let it set for 10 minutes, so I like to go ahead and just spray it down and then move on to the next drawer, and I'll come back later and wipe it up. So I'm just going to grab my wood cleaner now and work on my dining table.
Sing until my lungs give out. You're beautiful. Baby, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Baby, you're beautiful.
Since I already had the wood cleaner in my hand and a rag, I decided to go ahead and go into my living room and wipe down all my wood pieces. I find it's just so much quicker and easier that way. It saves me time from having to do it tomorrow. I already have it in my hand. I already have the rag, so I don't have to reuse another one tomorrow. So I just feel like it's easy when you have something in your hand. Just clean as much as you can and it will make cleaning go by so much faster, and your house will just stay more picked up as you go throughout the week. While I was wiping down my coffee table, I realized I had not watered my snake plants in forever. It's probably been over a month and they still just look so alive and so pretty. So I'm telling you, if you do not have a green thumb and you think you can't keep a plant alive but you're like dying to try one out, grab a snake plant. They are so easy to keep alive. Like, I rarely water them and they still look gorgeous and are still growing so well.
Tell me what you do. Tell me what you do. Some people walk through this life, not on their feet but on their face, standing on the edge of a night.
By this time it had been 10 minutes, so I went ahead and grabbed a new rag and I'm gonna wipe down my countertops because all of that disinfectant had been sitting on them, but now it's good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them cleaned up.
You could paint the whole world in pink when really it's black and blue. Oh, so black and blue. Without love in your heart, without love by your side,
So I heard that the laundry was done, so I went straight in there to switch over the load of laundry. If you're just doing 1 or 2 loads, you can definitely let it sit in there for a little bit and it's not a big deal. But when you have as many loads as I do and you're trying to get it done before bed, especially knowing I have to get all my sheets done as well, I try to stay on top of it. My dryer also has like a timer or a sensor. When it goes off, it will beep and you can like turn it up or down. I highly suggest using that when you're trying to stay on top of laundry for one day. I don't always use it, but on this particular day I did, just so as soon as that dryer went off, it beeped and I knew I could go over there and switch my loads out. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and separate the laundry down here. I cleared out 2 of these bins, so now I'm gonna break up my bedding. So I'll do all my sheets and shams and pillowcases and that thin blanket all on one load. And then I have to run a separate load just for my comforter. It is so big, but I can leave that link down below. I get a ton of questions about that comforter. I throw it in the washer all the time and it holds up really well, and it's on clearance right now, so I'll leave that link as well. I'm gonna put the the clean it basket of clothes on the sectional, and then I had emptied out Savannah's, so I'm gonna put that up in her room, and then I'll go back and get the laundry folded. I feel like we're finally making progress on this little laundry nook right here that was full to begin with. Now at least everything is in the hamper, so I know we're making progress. But while my laundry runs, I'm going to go ahead and work on vacuuming my floors. Now I'm gonna go back into my laundry room and switch out the loads again. I felt like I lived in my laundry room on this particular day. I will say my house smelled amazing because of all the softener that was lingering in my house. So if you want to see if I get all the laundry done that I had piled out there, you're definitely gonna have to stay until the very end of today's video.
You are the solution. You are the solution. You are the solution.
Now I'm going to go ahead and start my sheets load, and this is a very important load because once I get this going, I have to make sure they're done and dry before we go to bed that night. A lot of you guys always tell me to buy a second set of sheets. I just love pulling out my sheets when they're nice and warm and they smell amazing and putting them onto my bed. I could have a second set, but I just don't feel like they smell as good when you put them on. So to me, it's worth it just to wash them in one day and put them back on because, I don't know, I just love crawling into nice, warm, fresh smelling sheets.
Scene that keeps playing on repeat, ignores the rule of thumb. Oh, where does it come from? Oh, where does it come from? All your emotions with your heart on your sleeve, it won't fade until you paint it black. I let it burn, you call the fire brigade, but I feel that it will come back.
So here's a look at my bed currently. I just keep throwing all the clean clothes in there on my bed. It was a beautiful day, so we were spending it outside, so I kept just running in to switch the laundry. Normally I try to fold this as I go because it's so much easier, but we wanted to spend time with Savannah and outside, so I was just letting it pile up. But while I have the other loads going, I'm gonna go ahead and mop my floors real fast. They are staying so dirty because it is rainy here. I think I mentioned that earlier. So between Savannah running in and out and us being in and outside and then the boys, I wanted to go ahead and just get them nice and clean.
I need you to play on, play on, yeah, I need you to play on, play on. I'm your limbo, you're my intermission. Just look at the state we're in. I breathe you in and I can tell where I end and you begin. Where I end and you begin. Where I end and you begin. Oh, where does it come from? Oh, where does it come from? Where does it come from?
As you can see, the amount of laundry is only growing. I promise you we're going to work on this a little bit later in the video, so you don't want to miss that. But I had one more load of laundry to start, and then I was going to be done. So I had a big smile on my face because I was so proud of myself. So I'm going to get this one going now, and then I'll show you an update of how the laundry's coming along. It's always so rewarding when I push that hamper down the hallway and it's empty after being completely full. I know I actually did something with my day. I'm not gonna lie though, as soon as I put that hamper back in his closet, he already had dirty laundry on the floor. So all that clean laundry did not last long, but I was completely exhausted. But real life happens and you have to get it done. So I called Chase in there and we're just gonna power through and get all this laundry folded and put away.
My
So as soon as I fold my clean laundry, I put it away immediately. So does Chase and so does Savannah. I don't want clean clothes laying out everywhere where they're going to get dirty. So all of us will immediately fold them and then put them away so they go in their home. We're not looking for them, searching for them. They're either in the dirty laundry basket dirty or they're clean hanging up, and I just feel like that saves so much stress of trying to find outfits that you're looking for.
Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Yeah, we got the summer forever.
So a big game changer for me is keeping some of my clothes in my bathroom. So I like keeping like all my underwear and bras, anything that I want to put on as soon as I get out of the shower. It's so helpful to have it in there so I'm not having to like go get it and then put it in the bathroom when I'm taking a shower or forget. I also keep pajamas in there because a lot of the times I'll take a shower at night before bed and I just have everything in there that I need. So I don't know if you have the space in your bathrooms to try this, but definitely look into it. Get rid of all those products you're not using and put stuff in there that you'll actually use. But it's just so nice to step out of the shower and have everything that I need. Now we're going to just start putting our bed back together. Luckily our sheets have tags that say top or bottom. I find that really helpful. I feel like king size sheets and comforters are like almost like a square shape, so they're hard to know which direction. You can tell we're all bored just stuck at home, especially when Savannah wants to come help us make the bed because it's just a different activity to do. I thought it was so funny. I'm not gonna lie, I was so tired by this part of the day. We'd been outside, I'd been doing laundry, I'd been cleaning, I'd been filming. You're gonna see me here in a second and I just like pass out on the bed because I'm so tired.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm running.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. We're going to get straight into today's video. I'm going to have some cleaning motivation for you, some decorating hacks, some rearranging. The itch to switch has definitely come over me, but being stuck inside has made it really hard, so we're just going to be shopping our homes. So I hope you guys need some extreme motivation today. But I'm going to start off just by putting all of our groceries away. We had just done our Walmart grocery pickup, and we brought everything in, and I did sanitize everything before I started filming. But if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join my family here. All you have to do is click that red button down below and then click all notifications so it'll alert you every time I post a video because I'd love to have you. But I'm just going to go ahead and get all this put away and then we'll start some cleaning. So like I mentioned, I did sanitize everything before I started to put it away. That's like the new normal now. I can't imagine not ever doing that. And then I also start with all like my freezer items or refrigerator items just so those don't go bad sitting out. And then I can start to work on every other thing that needs to go. I always get asked a lot, where do I keep all my food? Since we don't have a pantry, I just consider our island our pantry and then a few of our cabinets, and it works out really well. I'm not a big fan of cooking, so we don't keep a ton of food in the house. So if somebody were not to have a pantry, it can totally be me. I had one in my last house and it was super small and I enjoyed it, but it's not something that I miss a whole bunch. I just kind of make it work. But now I'm going to grab a few of the products that need to go into my bathroom and Chase's bathroom and put those away. But I noticed my laundry was heaping over. I talked about laundry, about buying smaller baskets, and it's so helpful because even when it's like heaping over the basket like this, it's still manageable because that's a small basket. So that has just been a game changer for me. But like I said, I'm going to put these products up and then I'll head back into the kitchen. always get asked about my overflow items when they don't fit in my containers up there. Where do I put them? They normally go in my island, but recently we have been keeping more food in our kitchen. Just with everything going on, we have been cooking more. So I did clear out some space above my microwave, and we keep some overflow items up there as well, but we have never done that in the past. It's just a recent thing. And I will say it is nice to have like backups up there, like when we run out of peanut butter or like cooking spray, you know, like popcorn, pancake mix. It's just nice that it's all up there and then we just add it to the list. So I feel like there's been so much good and bad just with everything going on in the world, but I'm trying to find all the good, and there has been so many good things that I've learned through this experience that I will continue to do. So I just encourage you to find the positives. There's always negatives, and I know the longer it gets, the harder it gets, but definitely just look around and think of the things that you've learned that you won't be going back to. I will say I can tell we are cooking so much more because we're having to unload this dishwasher all the time. I feel like I used to have days where I didn't have to, where now I feel like we run it every single day, which is fine. It's been nice, and I'm thankful to own a dishwasher. That is one of the perks, is I don't have to hand wash all of this by hand. So as you can see, I'm just putting all of my stuff away, all my silverware, and just getting everything back where it belongs. And then the rest of the day as we cook and have dishes, they can just go straight into my dishwasher, and it doesn't have to fill up my sink all day long. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my island just since all the groceries were on it. I mean, I sanitized it once, but it's just nice to do it again now that everything's put away. I feel like we eat at this a lot and do prepping here when we're cooking, so I just always like to make sure it's nice and clean and ready to go for the next time we need it. But I did want to let you guys know that I will be taking off for Mother's Day this Sunday, but I will be posting that cleaning video on Monday instead, so it's just getting pushed back one day. So I hope you guys enjoy your Mother's Day. I just wanted a day off where I didn't have to worry about answering comments all day. I will be over on Instagram, so I can definitely hang out with you guys there and talk to you, but as far as my YouTube video, it will not be going up Sunday, it'll be going up Monday. Okay, so I don't know if anybody else's sectional is a jungle gym, but it definitely is in my house. Between George and Savannah, they just run all over this thing. Tiger does too, but he's so light, you just don't know. But I thought I'd go through and just kind of fluff everything up. It just takes a few seconds, and it makes my living room just feel so much cleaner and put together. If you see those pillows, they aren't new. They're the ones I bought from JCPenney to do on my back porch, but it has been raining and storming so much. I did not want them to get dirty, so I thought I would go ahead and bring them inside, but I can't figure out where I want them. I don't know if I love them in here or not, so I thought I would go ahead and do some switching because that's what I do best. Totally shop your house right now. I'm going to grab these gold ones. They used to be on my sectional, and I almost think they go better in here because it has that touch of gold, which ties in with my kitchen and all my gold features. But I'm going to show you two pictures and kind of let you decide. Either pick the gray or the gold. Let me know down below in the comment section. So the gray is the one on the left, and the gold is one on the right. I feel like they both go. This one's a little more calming to me because there's less pattern, and so I really like that. But this one has that gold element that I like to tie in on my sofa because there's not much gold in the living room. So let me know your opinion down below in the comments section.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status.
So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and test the gold ones out for a few days until I get your guys' feedback, so definitely let me know. I like to do that and just shop my house and try it out for a few days. Then if I don't like it, all I have to do is switch it back, but I let it just kind of settle in and see if I like it. I really am liking it this way, but I also think the other way is super calming as well, so I'll let you guys decide what I need to do. But now I'm going to head back into my laundry room and go ahead and get that load started. And like I said, it's overflowing, but this basket's so small, everything still fits in, so I'm really loving the smaller laundry basket thing. It's just really helped me out. Okay, I had finished a load of my cleaning cloths the night before, but I didn't fold them. I just completely forgot about it, so I'll do it right now since I saw them. I get lots of questions about how I clean my rags. So I clean them all the same way, and I like to run them together. So if they're my Jaws cleaning cloths, my e-cloth, and even just my kitchen rags, I run them all together just so I can kind of make a full load, so I'm not just running like 2 or 3 rags at a time. But I throw them all in together. I run it on like just the normal setting, and I try to do hot. Sometimes I forget and it's like warm, but I do try to do all my towels on hot, and then just no softener, and that's mainly for the e-cloth rags. But if you forget, it's okay. It's happened to me. I've had my rags over 5 years and I've forgotten to put softener in. They still work fine. I will go ahead and use them, and then the next time I just remember not to, but just try to be aware. Just throw them all in together on hot. Use your normal detergent, just no softener. Okay, as soon as I'm done folding, I like to put everything back in the basket and put it away immediately. I don't want clean clothes or clean towels just sitting out, and then you don't know if they're dirty or clean, so I just immediately go to whatever area and put it away. I keep all my rags in here together, and I keep them in 2 separate drawers. If you stay tuned just a little bit longer, I'm going to show you what these look like and how I fold them to put them in these drawers, and you can see how I organize them. Okay, so here is how they turned out. I did want to mention my Monday video is going to be an organizing video, so if you want to see how I organize and some of the spaces that I need to work on, because not all look this good right now, I need to go back and work on some spaces. Definitely make sure you're subscribed, and it's also a really cool collab with an amazing YouTuber here on YouTube, so I would love to see you guys on Monday, so definitely make sure you're subscribed and ready to watch. Okay, so I have 2 curtain hacks I want to share with you today in this video. You're going to see one right now and then one at the end, so definitely make sure you stay until the very end. This is a hack I picked up from over on Vassar Beauty. I love her channel. She does the best hacks and tips and tricks. If you're not following her, definitely check her out, but I wanted to share this one with you guys. All you do is cut up a paper towel roll, and then I'm going to show you how I use them on the curtains. I did want to mention though, I didn't really make these wide enough. I need to go back and do it so you guys can kind of see the size I'm doing. Make it a little bit wider and I think it'll work better, but it still turned out amazing. So we're gonna head into my master bedroom. These are the curtains I'm gonna try it out on because they drive me crazy. We open and shut these a lot because we like to close them at night and then open them up in the morning. So, and excuse my bed, I haven't made it for the day. I promise I'll make it here in a little bit. But I'm gonna just start off by taking my curtains down and then taking the curtains off the rod. And all you do is put those, you know, little rolls in between the gatherings, and you do it about every 2 holes because you don't want them to see on the front, you just want them to be on the back, and it spaces out your curtains so well. I can't wait for you to see the after. When I first did this first one, I was a little underwhelmed, but once I got it completely finished, I was super happy with it. If I would have made them a little bit wider, it would have been even better, but definitely stay till the end of this one. I want you to see the after. Like I mentioned earlier, I was really underwhelmed when I got that first set done, but I am going to show you a side-by-side so you can see the ones that I actually added those little cones in there. It looks good. It doesn't look great. Like I said, if I think I made them wider, it would look so much better, but here is the other side so you can tell a difference. I didn't notice the big impact until I was completely done with both, so like I said, definitely stay until the end of this so you can see how it turned out. It does look more uniform and put together, and it takes, you know, $0 because you have those anyways from using paper towels, and it just takes a few minutes of putting it in, so I definitely think it's worth just a little bit of effort. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on this right side real quickly, and then I'll show you the after of both of them.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side, it makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count.
Okay, so here is where I noticed the big impact. They look so much better. I just feel like before they looked super messy, and the only word I can think to describe is they looked more uniformed and just, I don't know, more like they've been staged that way. So I'm super happy with this hack. Definitely try it out, and if you do, let me know if you like it over on Instagram. Now I'm going to head back into my living room. Between that last clip and this clip was like an hour, and Savannah like kind of acts like me sometimes and needed some change, and so we started going through all her items in her bathroom, redecorated her bedroom a little bit. So you're going to see me kind of clean up all this mess and all this extra stuff and find new homes for it or get rid of it. And then I'll show you how her bathroom and bedroom turned out. Sometimes we just get the itch to switch, and I notice she has it too. It's so funny to see in her, like I see myself in her. So we kind of switched over to this. I didn't show a lot of it. I like to give her privacy and let her kind of work on her own because she's still figuring her style out. But I will show you how it all turns out just here in a few moments.
Dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow.
I had my vacuum laying out from working on Savannah's bedroom, which I promise I will show you in a second. But since it was out, I thought I would go ahead and vacuum this rug real quickly just so I knew this living room was finished. This was one of those days I felt like I was just all over the place. Like I had a list and it just, half of it didn't get done, but some other things got done that weren't on the list. So I felt like I was bouncing back and forth. I don't know if you can tell by this video or if it's just me because I was like living it, but I'm going to work on this and then I will show you those clips here in a second.
If it's only for now, I don't mind.
This is not sponsored, but I do get lots of questions about my RoboVac, and I love it. It's the Eufy, and it is on sale right now, and then you get an additional $30 off for Mother's Day right now. I'll leave the code across the screen, and I will have the link down below in my description box. But if you're wanting an early Mother's Day present, or you want your husband to see this, definitely let him watch this or say this is what I want, because it is on major sale right now. I love this vacuum. I let it just go through my whole house. It works really well even on carpets and rugs. So like I said, I'll have all that information down below in my description box. Okay, and here are all the afters after cleaning up that explosion that happens. It always gets worse before it gets better, but that was my dining room. This is our guest bathroom, and then we're gonna head on into Savannah's space. So she had been wanting a gray comforter, but I want to make sure she likes it before we order one, and so I had that on my bed underneath my current comforter. And so I told her, let's just put it on there. If you like the color, we know to order you one, or if you want to go darker or lighter. So definitely just shop your home first and try it out for a few days. And then if you don't like it, you didn't waste money. And I just feel like that's a really smart way to decorate. We also did give her a little makeup area just because she doesn't really like standing up and getting ready in her bathroom. So now she can just sit down in her room and get ready. This is how I got ready for so many years. Even when we first got married, I would always sit down to get ready. So I love that she has that little space now, and she's super happy with the way her room turned out. We'll see if it lasts. She likes to change her comforter as much as I like to change my pillows. So there's always just this constant change. But since we were going through some of the spaces, any of the stuff that needed to be put away in this room or that I needed to work on, I went ahead and just made a pile. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on all these items and finding them a new home. Okay, most of these items right here are swimsuits, but they were like a few winter socks, and then my slips were in here as well that needed to go in my other drawer. Do any of you ladies still wear slips? I was raised when you have a dress, you have a slip on. I have like a white, a nude, and a black. So let me know if you still own your slip or if that's like super old fashioned. But like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and put those items away. I did have like an extension cord in my closet. Who knows why? Today was just like a super crazy day. I'm going to chalk it up because it was my first day wearing color in like so many years, and I think it just made the whole day crazy. And speaking of crazy, I'm going to grab my swimsuits and take them to my living room because that's where our dresser is. If you guys have been following me for a while, this used to be in our bedroom, and then I wanted it in here as a TV stand, but I haven't found a dresser for Chase's closet, and so yes, I keep my bathing suits in my living room right now. So that's just the way life is. I'm hoping I can eventually find a good deal on a dresser. I don't want to buy one new. I want to find it used, and it's really hard since there's not like garage sales right now, and I've noticed even like Craigslist and like Facebook Marketplace just don't have as many items. I don't think people want to be meeting, and I don't blame them. So until then, I'm gonna have bathing suits in my living room. It's just life. Okay, now that everything is back in its home, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum the floors. I do this every single day, sometimes even twice a day back here. It just kind of sets the mood and tone for this room, and this is where I spend a lot of hours editing right there at that desk. And when I walk into a space and it's clean and clutter-free and has vacuum lines, like I said, it just sets the tone and the mood, and I get so much more work done, and I'm so much calmer, and I can spend time editing and being a mom. But when I come into a space and it's crazy, it seriously makes me crazy. So I've learned just to keep these rooms the best way so I can work hard and be a good mom and not be stressed out all the time. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next curtain hack, and I'm gonna show you all the supplies I need. This is definitely later in the evening, and I'm showing you those curtains are way too long. I think I've mentioned them quite a few times, but I haven't been able to figure out a solution or anything. But I talked about it in my last video, and somebody was like, you can cut those and hot glue them, and I was like, what? I had just read that comment, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go inside and try this. So I am cutting them a little bit longer because you can always go shorter, but you can't go longer. So definitely be super careful with that. I did show that you need an iron. You don't need that. I have lost my mind. I guess since I pulled out my ironing board, I thought I would need my iron. But all you need basically are scissors if you're going to cut it, and then a hot glue gun, and that's it. I pulled out my ironing board just so I kind of had a workspace, but you definitely don't have to do that. On this first one, I am cutting off and then gluing it, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Basically, it's just like making a seam so it's not that rough edge, and you're just going to start on one side and glue and then fold down. I will say on my other ones, I did it a little bit different, so you can watch how I do this one, and then I'll show you how I figured it out a little bit later.
With me, hey, do you read me? Go back to where we came from. If my hands are empty, hey, do you read me? Go back.
Also, thank you so much for leaving me a comment and letting me know you can do it this way. I've been dying to get this done. I'm talking 4 years. I've had these curtains in my house 4 years, and I always find an excuse not to do it. I knew there was like a no-sew ironing thing, but I always forget to buy it. But I feel like everybody has scissors and a hot glue gun. This would have been easier if you had like an actual size glue gun. This one's from the Dollar Tree, so it's just really small and it works really well on most things, but if you're going to be doing a lot of curtains, and most of you probably have a normal size glue gun anyways, but I am happy with the results. I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end, but like I said, I'm just going to put a little glue and then push it down, and I'm going to do that all the way across. It's so simple and easy. I seriously wish I would have known about this like 4 years ago.
I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. And I always be around when I need some love.
Okay, so I'm testing it out for the first time and dropping it down. I felt like it was still a little long. It's not horrible because I like them to like puddle a little bit, but I wanted them a little bit shorter, so I'm going to go through one more time and do about that same length. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue and then fold it down. What is that? Probably an inch or a little bit less, just because I knew I had a little bit more room, but that was my theory, is I could always go shorter, but I can't go longer, so it's worth it just to go a little bit. Now, if you want to do this the right way, you would take them down, measure them, do all that fancy stuff, but I don't have time to do that. You may not have time to do it. I felt like this worked. It was to the point, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So like I said, I'm going to shorten these just a little bit, and then I'll show you how this one turns out. Okay, and here is the final product on the first one. I am going to be doing the rest of them, but I wanted you just to kind of see the progress. I love that it just kind of drapes the ground, but it's not like wadded up like the rest of them are. It just looked so messy to me, and they would get so dirty. So this was just such an easy hack. So thank you so much for sending this. Now on these, I just got a little, I want to say smarter, but it's probably lazier, and I didn't want to cut them. So I just folded up as much as I needed to and glued it there. That way, if they did go too short, I could have just like ripped the glue apart. So I really think this is probably the better way, so you don't really mess up your curtains and have to buy new ones. So I would just kind of guess like down on the floor where I wanted it to hit, and I would fold it up there, and then I would glue that whole section up. So I really think that's the way to go, unless you do want to cut it. But since this is like behind my sectional, you can't tell anyways, and this leaves a lot less room for error, and I was just happy with the way it turned out. Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. I hope you're ready for today's video, because it is going to be a satisfying clean with me. So if you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe, but we're going to get straight into today's video. I'm first going to start off on our back patio. As you can see by these clips, it was terrible, and it was all caused by these two little cuties right here. So we're going to be power washing this back patio. It had gotten so bad. I honestly didn't realize how bad until we started power washing it, so definitely stay tuned so you can see what it looks like. But the very first thing we're going to do is just start off by clearing everything off so all these items don't get wet and we can clean underneath them. So that's what we're doing now. Then I'm going to go grab my broom and go ahead and sweep off as much as I can. Not a lot came off, but at least like the loose dirt and bugs, roly-polies, any of that I can get cleared off before we turn on the power washer. Okay, so here is what it looks like after sweeping it. I've even used like a normal hose on this, and it did not clean it at all. So today we're pulling out the big guns, and we're going to be using a power washer. This is not sponsored. We researched and bought this with our own money. Chase spent a lot of time trying to find a really good deal with still a lot of power. So this is the one we chose. I'm going to put the link for it down below in my description box. So if you're in the market for one, definitely check that out. We were super happy with it. So it comes with a lot of different different nozzles, and we used one of the smaller ones on this. So at first I was like, okay, it's doing okay, but the more I watched him, I could not believe how dirty this back patio had gotten. You can like see the design in it now. So here's like a little before and after. The blue is like what it's supposed to look like, then that's the wet spot, and then what it looked like before. So super impressed with this guy. It was so satisfying to watch Chase do this. So I'm gonna let him work a little bit, and you guys can listen to some good music while we wash all this dirt away.
Until my lungs give out you're beautiful.
So the more that Chase cleaned, I just could not believe the color that it originally was. I do not remember it. It's almost so clean. All I can think about is it's like glass or a mirror. I feel like it's reflecting the blue off our ceiling that we just painted. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it was just some of the water as well. But if you look at that, it looks so blue to me. And then the rest is like brown and like a light gray. But so impressed with this guy. Like I said, it comes with a lot of attachments. You can use it on your cars, you can use it on your house. Here in a little bit you're gonna see me use it on like our front door or our back door mat. It's like a rubber one. I had no idea how dirty that had gotten, so you'll be seeing that here in a second. But Chase got to having fun with it. Savannah was watching because she was super impressed, and he wrote Savvy in it for her, so I thought that was so sweet. We probably should have left that with like a heart, but I probably could have done this all day long. I kept just like pointing him to the next project, like, hey, do this, hey, do that. But I know by the end of the day he was tired. This was me out here. Typically anytime Chase is doing some work, I'm out there with him either filming or answering comments, so you can see me on my phone right there. But here's just a little update of how it's going. It is a tad time consuming, so the smaller nozzle that you use, I feel like it gets cleaner, but then you're working with a smaller space, so just keep that in mind. Now that we have it clean, I think we can just maintenance it and use like a bigger sprayer. But here's what I was talking about earlier. I used it on my mat. I thought my mat was like a gold or a brown. Apparently when I bought it, it was black. So it looks brand new again. So I feel like this is gonna save me so much money, and you know, some of my products that I repurchase because they're like dirty and old, this is gonna keep it new and fresh. So here in a second we're gonna be going inside though and shampooing my carpet, so definitely don't click off yet because I have lots more satisfying cleaning for you. So while painting our back porch, I dropped some white paint on it, and you can see it right here. I wanted to show you it was getting that paint right off our patio, and that was probably there since last summer, so it was dried in. But here's an after of our patio. You guys, look at it. Other than that nice crack down the center of it, it looks brand new. I cannot believe that it's taken us this long to purchase one of these. I'm so happy we have it now. If you wait just a second, I'm going to show you what it looked like before as well.
There's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it when life throws lemons.
Okay, now we're gonna head inside for a little bit before we go and work on the front porch. So I want to shampoo this carpet. I had bought the shampooer and Chase got jealous and bought the power washer, so we're gonna have one clean house after we use all this on the spaces that we want to. So in order to shampoo this rug, I'm going to go ahead and clear everything off of it just so it makes it easier to get to. Now, I'm not going to move my dining room table just because it's too heavy, but I'm going to go ahead and clear it off and just vacuum. Once again, it's kind of like sweeping the porch. I'm just going to get all that loose dirt and dust off of it, or fur, and then we'll start the shampooing process.
Call me, baby, just right, I'll be there. And so remember, I will be there for you, baby, remember.
Okay, once again, this is not sponsored. We just researched and figured out the best deal for us. We went with the Hoover, and I like that this is a smaller size. So if you have a huge house with lots of carpets, this may not be what you want to grab, but we have a lot of wood floors and just rugs, and I didn't want to store a huge shampooer. We've actually had a big shampooer before, and it was just so hard and so heavy and bulky. I'm loving the size of this. So all you're going to do is pull out the little attached water bottle. You can see it right here on the left, and then you can see the cleaner that we chose to use. It's more of a pet friendly one, so if you don't have pets, you could go with something else, but we're super happy with how it turned out. And then there's just a water line on this, so I'm going to fill it all the way up to the water line, and then there's a solution line, so I'm just going to pour a little bit in and fill this cleaning product up until it hits that line.
Lonesome dripping, 'cause we're spending the night, and it feels alright, but it's over now. Time keeps slipping with your skin next to mine, and your lips I can
Then you just screw the lid back onto the bottle and take it back over to your shampooer, and all you have to do is drop it in. It is so simple, and I like that this is a more like compact version because that's not hard to carry. I've had a larger one in the past and it was just so full of water. It was just so simple, and I like that this is a more like compact version because that's not hard to carry. I've had a larger one in the past and it was just so full of water. It was really hard for me to turn upside down and put it in. So now I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in, and then I'll show you how it works. Okay, so once you're ready to start shampooing, you're just going to turn it on by the little button down below with your foot, and then to release the product, there's a trigger where your hand is, and you just squeeze it, and that's going to start releasing some of the solution. And then when you let go of that, it's just going to start soaking it up. So it's going to soak up all that hot water, all that solution, and then all the dirt and grime that's in your rug, so you can start just seeing it suck up into there. It is so rewarding and so satisfying to watch. I try to go over this as much as I can, so the more of that product you get up, the faster it's going to dry, because like less than 20-30 minutes later, my rugs are dry and ready to go. So if like the dogs walk on them, or if you have kids or a husband, they're nice and dry. But definitely just take the time, and as long as it's sucking up liquid, just keep going over it back and forth.
and turn out the lights for no reason. Was it a make-believe? Something you never.
So as you can see, I'm just working on small sections at a time. That just works best for me. Then if I have one section that's really bad, I can just keep going over it. So I can release the solution and then make sure to suck it all up. If it still looks dirty, then I'll just repeat that process until it's clean. So there's some areas I just can go over real quickly because it's a part of the rug that's like under a chair or where nobody, sits, so it's nice and clean, and then I can focus on the really dirty areas. But I promise you, this is a little time consuming, but I just enjoy this so much. It's so rewarding when you're finished cleaning the rug.
Knows I'm trying.
Okay, so here is how this rug turned out. It looks brand new. I'm not gonna lie, I knew it was a little dirty, but I didn't realize how dirty it was. But it seriously feels like I just brought it home from the store. I love seeing the lines on it. It also got up like a lot of fur, and I vacuum this rug all the time. So now all I have to do is, if I were to go on to the next rug, all I'd have to do is pull out this bottle. So I use the whole bottle on this one rug, so I could just fill it up and then go start the other rug. But I wanted to show you this container first and go ahead and dump it out so you could see how dirty each rug was. But if you were doing this on your own, you could run this probably 3 or 4 times before you had to dump this out. But look how dirty that water is. And I'm not gonna lie, I had already shampooed half this carpet because I was testing it out before I got on camera to show you guys a few days ago. So my rug was dirty. Now we're gonna head into my living room. I wanna do this rug. This rug's pretty new and it's white. So you just think, how dirty can it be? If you wanna see how dirty it is, definitely stay tuned and do not click off yet.
What can I do? What can I do when your train is gone? I don't wanna go back, don't wanna go back. If you are not with me, hey, do you read me? Go back.
Okay, just like the last space, I'm gonna go ahead and clear everything off of it so I can clean as much of the rug as I can. Now, I'm not gonna move my sectional. That thing is so hard to move and get back centered, and I know it's clean underneath there. So now I'm gonna just give it a real quick vacuum so I can get off any of that loose dirt. So here is how it's starting out. I know it kind of looks like it has a stain there, but it's just from the shadow from the sun shining in and the sectional blocking it. So like I said, this rug was really not dirty at all. I've only had it a few months. It's white. Like I said, it does have those shadows on it, but it's not stained at all. And I will leave the link down below in my description box to the shampooer, so if you're interested in getting it, I have nothing but great things to say about it. It is so fun. I love that it's so small. I feel like if I just have a small stain, I can pull it out and use it. It's not something huge and big and bulky. And if you're wondering about my rugs, I forgot to mention it when I was in my dining room. My dining room rug is from Ross, and I'm about to redo that whole space. So if you're new here, definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a makeover in there and moving that rug probably into my bedroom. And then this rug right here is from Boutique Rugs. I love them. I'll have the link down below in my description box. They have some amazing rugs, and if you use ASH55, you'll get 55% off your order, which I think is huge because that's over 50% off. So now I'm just going to work on getting this one clean, and then I'll show you how dirty it was at the end. Okay guys, and here it is. This rug is just a few months old, and I vacuum it 3 times a day. I even get my other rug because it's right by our back door and the dogs are running in and out. I cannot believe that white rug was that dirty. Like, I am so impressed on how well this shampooer works. I love the convenience of it, so I give it an A+, super excited about it. Now I'm gonna head back into my dining room. I'm just making sure this isn't super wet anymore so I can start putting all the chairs back. It may have been like a smidgen wet, but it was good to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start putting everything back in here. Okay, and like I mentioned earlier, this is the space that I'm going to be doing a makeover on. So if you aren't subscribed, definitely make sure you are. I have like a new rug and a new table, so it'll just kind of be doing a makeover, but using a lot of the pieces that I have with adding in just a few separate pieces that are new. I kind of like to do my decorating on a budget, and I'm doing the same thing with my back patio. So if you like home DIYs and cleaning videos, I'm your girl, so make sure you're subscribed. So here's how this room turned out. It just feels brand new. That rug feels brand new. It makes the space feel cleaner. It smells better. And then here is how the living room turned out. Obviously, I don't have my stuff back on it yet because it's still kind of drying, but I just love the way it made my house smell and just feel new and clean again.
So let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride.
So I didn't have it in the plans to like clean my floor, but now that my rugs are like brand spanking new, I couldn't help but go ahead and get my floors to match. I always get compliments about they're engineered hardwood floors. I always get questions on them. I always get compliments about them. Personally, I do not recommend them. I think they're beautiful, and it was fine when it was just like us and Tiger. But now that we have George, our golden doodle, and I like to rearrange furniture a lot, I just feel like they're super soft and scratch easily. So I really wouldn't suggest getting engineered hardwood if you ask me, or the dark wood, but I think they're beautiful. And if you don't mind high maintenance floors, then you're good to go. But now I'm going to go ahead and mop them so they're nice and shiny. My floors are beautiful when they're clean. It's just hard to keep them clean. And now I'm going to use my eCloth mop. I'll have the link down below in my description box for that as well. All you have to do is use water to clean. I know you guys that have been watching me forever, like, yeah, Ashley, I know the spill, but I have a lot of new people on here. So all you have to do is get the mop head wet and then clean your floors. So easy, so simple, so satisfying, and they're not sticky. It's like a win, 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 win. I did want to also mention that I'll be using the shampooer on my carpets as well, so we can see how they do in the bedrooms. So that will be a future video as well, because I'm curious to test it out. If my rugs are that bad, I honestly don't even want to see my carpets. But here, I'm going to show you a few after photos, and my house actually was like spotless. It was amazing. I just wish it would have lasted longer.
You are the solution. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are the
Okay, before we head back outside, we're going to be working on my front porch. I wanted to let you guys know I keep links to almost everything that I can down below in my description box. If there's not a link there, click on my Amazon store, because I keep a lot of my household items in there. Or feel free just to leave a comment. I answer all my messages and comments down below on Instagram, emails. It may take me a little bit if I'm busy that day, but I promise I'll get back to you unless you end up in like a spam where I can't find you, which happens, so just message me again. But now we're back outside, and I wanted to show you kind of a before. It's not near as bad as the backyard patio, but it's still bad, and I wanted to show you, even if it's not like a horrible mess, it can still be satisfying to get those areas cleaned as well. Hey guys, welcome back to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today I'm going to do a more realistic cleaning video for you, and yes, I do clean my entire house in one setting sometimes, but typically it's just throughout the day. And so the very first thing I do, which is early afternoon, is start a load of laundry. I do not like doing cleaning in the morning, so I do it in the afternoon and evening time. As you can see, I'm showing you vinegar, white vinegar. That's what I've been using as my laundry softener, and it is working so well. And then my laundry soap that I was using is my homemade laundry soap, and I do have a video posted on that if you want to check it out.
All this time, all it needed was a little spark. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart.
So I've definitely learned it's just easier for me to clean in little spurts throughout the day. I do love about twice a month just cleaning my entire house in one setting, but time-wise that's not always an option just now that I'm working so much. So I'll just start a load of laundry and then go do homeschool and then work on the kitchen and then go do something else, and it just works out so much better. So the laundry I did, and then after laundry I actually did do homeschool with Savannah, and so now this is after homeschool. And typically this is the time I like to get my living room and kitchen cleaned up for the day, because after I do all this I like to go run errands with her, and I do not like leaving my house a mess, especially like the open area when you first walk in. Then if somebody has to come home with me or if they show up unannounced, I know this area is clean. So I'm going to start off by kind of putting things away. Right now I'm going to unload the dishwasher, and then I'm going to wipe everything down.
Don't let it get to you, you're better than you know. When facing times of doubt, stand up and you grow. Don't let it get to you, you're better than you know. My heart was dead and broken, but now it's found a home. Fell inside, now I'm living in a matchbox. All this time, all it needed was a little spark. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart back, 'cause We collide, we break down, caving in.
Now I'm just going to take my e-cloth rag and get it real wet and then rinse it out. And that's how I wipe down my countertops, especially when I'm in a pinch. I don't always love just using products, especially when it's just for the afternoon. I'm going to wipe these off so much more as the day goes. And so I just kind of clean around. This particular day I did take my canisters off because it was getting dirty in there. Obviously I don't do that every day, but I like to clean as needed. So when I see it's time for something to get clean, I just go ahead and take a few seconds, wipe it down, and then move on.
This is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better.
We had eaten lunch after homeschool, so you're going to see me take that same e-cloth rag and go ahead and head over into my dining little nook just to wipe down the table because we kind of left crumbs. And I do have my e-cloth link down below in my description box if you want to check those out. So I like to pick one chore every day that's different just to keep things clean. And on this particular day, it was just clean the toilets. So I like to stick to something that's about 10 minutes or less. It may be clean all the windows, wipe down all the mirrors, just go around dusting. Today it was just cleaning the toilet. So I'm not worried about the sinks. I'm not worried about the floors. I'm not worried about any of that. I just go into each bathroom. We have 3. And get them clean. I'm going to clean, this is the one in our master bedroom. I'm going to clean Savannah's and her bathroom. And then when we make it to the guest bathroom, I'll actually hold up the products and show you what I'm using.
When we try to make up for never letting go, said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache.
Okay, now I'm headed into Savannah's bathroom to get her toilet clean. Once again, I'm just focusing on the toilet. If you're curious, that LOL surprise doll shower curtain is from Target.
This is the hard way. This is the hard way. Do you care about me 'cause you're lonely? 'Cause I'm the only one around. You say you are better safe than sorry, 'cause you're too scared to hit the ground. Might seem dark, but you know that I'm honest. Might look broke, but you know I can solve it. Do you care about me 'cause you're lonely?
Okay, now we're going to head into my guest bathroom, and I promise this is the last bathroom. And right here, I'm going to show you the products I'm using. I bought this a few weeks ago at the Dollar Tree, and I'm loving it. It cleans so much better than even my last Dollar Tree toilet bowl cleaner. This is a lot thicker, and it just like sticks to the bowl and kind of glides down. It is not watery at all. So definitely check it out at your Dollar Tree if you have one nearby. And then the wipes that I've been using in all the bathrooms, sometimes it's a green bottle, sometimes it's yellow, but all those disinfectant wipes are from the Dollar Tree and I love them.
My head is underwater, feel the pressure building up. Never let myself become a martyr, won't let anybody pick me up. Thought I was in control, that I'd handled you. Turns out I am lost, don't know what to do. I feel like my head is underwater, feel the pressure building up.
Okay, this is a little bit later in the day, and now I'm going to go switch over my load. So So you saw me start my washer earlier. I'm going to put all those items into the dryer so then I can fold them later this evening. So in the previous laundry video, I showed you how I was using vinegar as my softener, and I love it. It really does make all of our like towels and clothes super soft. But the one thing I was missing was the smell that like my Downy gave me. And so I went and picked up these Method dryer sheets, and they are working really well. The smell stays on my clothes or towels and sheets really well. If I have a small load, I'll just put one in. I felt like this load was really big, so I went ahead and tossed two in there. And then I'm gonna go pick up a few hangers and hang dry these shirts. All of Chase's I hang dry, and then some of mine I hang dry. Okay, once again, this is later in the day. I'm going to start our after dinner cleanup. And so you're going to see me just kind of put our drinks away, put our plates away. I'm going to start loading stuff into the dishwasher. And as soon as dinner's done, if I have the time, I like to just go ahead and get the kitchen picked up.
It's out of control. Your love is exceptional. It feels beyond. It's out of control. Oh, baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control. I'm in love. Deep in love with you, baby, yeah. 'Cause your love is exceptional. Ooh. It's out of control, out of control. It's out of control, but I love the rush, yeah. Out of control, out of control. Oh, it overflows. Ooh, your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control. But baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control. It's exceptional. It fills me up.
Once I load the dishwasher from all of our dinner, either cooking or eating, I like to use the Method degreaser just to clean out my sink. I typically have probably been cleaning out once a day. I used to do it a lot more before I worked, but now I just like to give it a good wipe down once we're done with the kitchen. And so you'll see me take a sponge, and yes, I do cut those in half. I get them from the Dollar Tree. I cut them in half just so I can throw them away more often, and it just kind of saves money. And so I did that. I rinsed it out, and now I'm gonna just grab a Method all-purpose spray and then dry it out.
Well, maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't even care. No, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping.
Okay, now I'm gonna grab a new e-cloth rag and get it wet, and I'm gonna wipe down my counters just like I did this afternoon. I typically do wipe down my countertops 3 times a day, so after breakfast, after lunch, and then after dinner. I don't like crumbs being on them. I don't know, I feel like when you walk in my house, it's so bright and well lit. If there's anything on them, you can see it. So I just like to give them a good wipe down. And I do love these e-cloth rags. I know they have like tags on them telling you where to use them, but I feel like you can use them anywhere. This is actually my bathroom rag, like that's how it's labeled, but it's so soft I can use it on my countertops. So I just kind of mix and match and use them wherever they're needed at the time.
Like I'm stuck in this misty cloud, waiting for something I can't get out. And I don't even care, no, I don't even care anymore.
Now I'm going to take that rag and the other rag that I use to clean out my sink and go ahead and go throw it in my washer. You guys always ask what I do with them when I'm done. I like to air dry them just right there in my washer until I actually put them in a load of laundry, that then they can just kind of hang dry. Now this is the load that I started this morning, so it's been in the washer, it's been in the dryer, and now I'm going to take it all out so that I can go fold it.
Feels like it just stays the same. Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? Where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same? Where do we go from here when everything is said?
I typically do have helpers at this point in the evening when I fold laundry, but we had ran to Aldi and got some pumpkins, and so Savannah and Chase are actually in the dining room carving those, so it's just going to be me doing the laundry tonight. You'll see me walk back and forth a lot. I like to separate the clothes as I fold them. So Savannah has a section, Chase has a section, I have a section, and then I like to fold the towels and keep them close to the bathroom because that's where I'll be putting them away. And then you'll see me as I grab the socks, I just throw them all in a pile and then I wait and match those at the very end.
But our trails will never run forever. Something else is on your mind, like everything that's good in life always comes to an end. We're letting go, drifting apart. There's no use trying to pretend. And I know that it's over. Got the look on your face. It's so hard to explain, but the worst is the pain when you pronounce my name and you say, Gloria, please don't cry for me. Oh, Gloria, please don't cry for me. Yeah. I can hurt you like you hurt me too. Then we make love when we are done. Breaking up and then get back together. Oh, you're the trigger to my gun. But like everything that's bad in life, it's come to an end. We're letting go, drifting apart. There's no use trying to pretend. And I know that it's over. Got the look on your face. It's so hard to explain, but the worst is the pain when you're breathing out my name. Gloria, please don't cry for me. Don't cry for me. Gloria, please. Oh, Gloria, please.
Now I'm going to put all Savannah's laundry and my laundry into the hamper so that I can carry it into our bedrooms to put away.
Life always come to an end. We letting go, drifting apart. There's no use trying to pretend. I know that it's over. Got a look on your face. But the worst is the pain when you pronounce my name. And you say, Gloria, please don't cry
So if you're new or haven't been around for a long time, I do not share the master closet with my husband. I have a beauty room, and this is like my office and where I get ready, so I keep all my clothes in here.
Feel like you're on a roll, yeah. Me, myself, and I just keep on stumbling around. You get someone else who is loving you. Oh, there he goes. Panic, I'm an addict, feel that rage inside. And oh, he don't even know. Babe, how can you be so blind? 'Cause I can love you better than no one else. And I can hold you tighter than she can. 'Cause I can love you better.
And now I'm in Savannah's room so I can put all her clothes away. And like I mentioned before, typically she's helping me or Chase is helping me, but they're back in the kitchen carving pumpkins, and it was getting later, and so it was just easier for me to put it away than her have to stay up late to do it.
Somewhere in your head, still stuck somewhere in your head. Can you imagine me with someone else, holding me tight here in my bed? And oh, there he goes. Panic, I'm an addict, feel that rage inside. And oh, he don't even know. Babe, how can you be so blind? 'Cause I can love you better than no one else. And I can hold you tighter than she can. 'Cause I can love you better than no one else. 'Cause I got good old love. And I can love you better than no one else. And I can hold you tighter.
Now I'm heading into my living room, and I do like to just tidy this room up and make sure it's nice and pretty. It's the first thing I see when I walk out of my master bedroom in the morning, and I like to just start off my day right with a clean house. It's worth it to me to clean throughout the day and all evening, so when I wake up I don't even have to think about it until about afternoon. So I like to just fold all the blankets, fluff all the cushions, and just make sure it's nice and clean.
Babe, how can you be so blind? I can hold you tighter than she can. 'Cause I can love
Now I'm going to go ahead and vacuum because vacuum lines make me super happy, so it's another thing I like walking out to. Tiger doesn't shed, but we do snack and eat on our sofa, so I just like to vacuum it down. And then I like to fluff my rug. Not that it gets very dirty, but I just like to kind of make it look pretty and get the vacuum lines on that as well. And then you'll see me vacuum my wood floors.
'Cause I got good old love. Without love in your heart, without love by your side, without love playing part, tell me what you do, tell me what you do. Without love in your heart, without love by your side, without love playing part, tell me what you do. Tell me what you do. Some people walk through this life, not on their feet but on their face, standing on the edge of a night, hoping to goodbye, hoping to goodbye.
Typically, I would have vacuumed my kitchen and dining room as well, but Chase and Savannah were still in there carving the pumpkins, and it was a disaster, and I had already cleaned that area twice for you guys, so I didn't want to show it on film again. But I'm going to go ahead and grab my e-cloth mop. It's just like my rags. I love it. Only requires water. Get tons of questions all the time. I still love it. It's the only thing I've been using for years. So I'm going to get the mop head wet, and then I'm going to mop my living room and my hallways.
Tell me what you do. Tell me what you do. Some people walk through this life.
Hello and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. If you're new here, welcome. If you guys are looking for some cleaning, decluttering, or organizing motivation, you came to the right spot today. This was like a whole house organize and declutter with me. So if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe, but let's jump straight into today's video. Okay, so we're gonna start off here in my kitchen and we're gonna start working on my kitchen island first. This is where we store most of our things since we don't have a pantry. So I have been putting this off for so long. I don't know what it is, but I just needed to get it done. So I'm gonna show you this before clip so you can kind of see what I'm working with. The main drawer I was wanting to get done is this one right here. I call it my party drawer because it's anytime we have a party and have leftovers, I throw it down there and then we just use it as needed. When friends or little girls come over, I can just get through those paper plates so we don't have to waste them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this top drawer first. Most of the time I like the KonMari method where I pull everything out, but I know this drawer doesn't need to be decluttered. It just kind of needs to be worked on. So I'm gonna do this one first just to kind of get it out of the way quickly.
Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, 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 you are the solution.
I did notice some of my containers in this drawer were kind of getting, dirty. They just have crumbs and different things in them. So I thought I'd pull out those items and just take a wet rag and go ahead and wipe those out. None of this ever takes long. I swear the hardest part is just getting started. So if you can just get motivated and tell yourself you're only going to do that one drawer, it gets you motivated to kind of do the rest. And typically you don't stop at that one drawer, you keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this and then I'm about to show you some afters of how it turned out.
I just want to look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive.
Okay, and here's the after. So as you can see, I like to take all my items out of like the cardboard. I just think it looks better. I think it's prettier. I just got these bins from the Dollar Tree and I just feel like it holds them so much better and it's pleasing to the eye. So that's how I keep that drawer. Now I'm gonna go on to this one. This is another one that doesn't really need to be decluttered all that much. It just needs to be worked on. So let me go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do with this drawer. So I call this drawer the Savannah drawer. It's all of her cups and it's all the plates that like are unbreakable so she can't like break them and mess them up, and I like keeping them down low where she can get to them herself or her friends can get to them when they need items. But here is how it turned out. It took me less than 3 minutes. I feel like getting started is just so hard, but in reality it's just like 5 minutes or less. So if you have that one drawer that's just driving you crazy, I encourage you to go in there and tackle it because it's probably going to just take way less than you're expecting it to. But now we're going to go on to the dreaded party drawer. This one's so bad and I know it needs to be decluttered, so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling everything out of this one so I can declutter it, clean it, and then organize everything back in.
Statement explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings.
Not only was this drawer crammed of items, but I also had a Dollar Tree bin in there that was full of items. So I'm trying to go through one by one and take it all out. And then finally I was like, what in the heck am I doing? This is going to take forever. And so I just decided to dump it out everywhere so I could see everything that I had.
Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. Cause I'm the winner, yeah.
Okay, and then here's just a quick look at everything that was in that drawer, and you have to remember that was just one drawer down there in that cabinet. That is insane that I was holding on to this much stuff. So now that we can see everything that we're working with, I'm gonna go ahead and start grouping like items together so I can start figuring out how much I have of each items, and then when I go to look for something, it's all combined. So you're gonna see me start working on sets. I have these Ziploc bags, and so like all my flag plates are going in one, and the flag napkins, anything that goes with that set. Then when I need a cute little matching set, I can have it all together. You'll also see I have those cheap like Dollar Tree plastic table covers. I think those are so good for crafts. We rarely use them for parties, but I like to save them or just buy extra. And when Savannah's like painting or making slime or anything like that, I can lay it down, and when it gets dirty, all I have to do is wad it up and trash it. Okay, like I said, I'm working on sets, so this is all like my New Year set I like to keep together. Then when it's like New Year time, we never go out. I love staying at home. It's just Chase, Savannah, and I have it all right here. I can grab it. We have our little headbands, we have our little horns, everything we need, so I don't have to keep rebuying it. And I just feel like it's smarter that way, and then you're not constantly like rebuying items that you already have in your house, which we probably all do all the time. I went ahead and saw that we had those party hats, and we always use those every year as well, so I thought I'd put those in there too.
When the lights are out and you stumble in the dark, you kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all you
Okay, now that everything's been decluttered and organized into like items, I can start putting it all back into this drawer. It does take me a little bit just because I like to see my options. I put it one way and then I want to reorganize it another way to see if it functions better. You can just kind of mess with it until it feels right. I always typically go back to the first way I had it, but I just like seeing my options. But I will say this drawer turned out so well. If you stay tuned just a little bit longer, you'll be seeing all the afters of this.
You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look.
Here is how it turned out. I just feel like it looks so much better. I know I still have a lot in here, but you guys are always going to have drawers where there's just stuff you're going to have a lot of. I don't want to get rid of any of this because we use it throughout the summer when little girls come over or when we have little parties or block parties. I just like to have all of this on hand, and there's no reason to waste it. So here's a final look at how all my drawers turned out, and then we'll be heading on to the next space. Okay, and then here is the items that I'm either getting rid of, it needs to be trashed, it needs to find a new home, so I'll be working on that later. But now we're going to move on to the silverware drawer. This is actually organized. I just need to clean it out because it's gotten so dirty. If you've been following me for a while, you know how many different containers I tried in the store to make it work, and I just could never keep it organized. But I found those bins at Dollar Tree, and it has worked out perfectly, so I'm super excited I finally have a system that works. Here is how dirty they are. This is a judgment-free zone. I cannot believe they've gotten so bad, so I definitely needed to work on this. So I'm just going to start by taking all the silverware out and then scrubbing these out real quickly so that I know they're nice and clean.
When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me.
So now that I finished washing them just with hot soapy water, I'm going to go ahead and towel dry them so I can put them back in the drawer, and then I'm just going to put all the utensils back in there as well, and then I'll show you an after. Obviously this one you can't tell as much because you couldn't really see the dirt in the first one, but it feels so much better. I definitely need to add that to my list to do more often. I didn't realize how dirty it was actually getting.
I see it trembling all too fast.
And in case you're wondering, my silverware is from Big Lots. I love it. I have about 3 sets just because when we host holiday parties, I like to have a lot. But I picked it up. It goes on sale all the time, and you can do site to store pickup, or you can also have it shipped to you, but it's always a great deal, and I just love the touch of gold and marble. I don't know, I think it's just a fun place to add such a element of surprise in your kitchen because people aren't expecting like fun silverware. So I feel like that's just a fun way to do it. I've seen black, I've seen all sorts of stuff, so you can definitely check into that. But here's the after and how it looks. I'm also going to show you a few other areas in my kitchen. I like to stay super organized if you're new here, so I'm going to show you some of the other spaces I've worked on in the past years, just so if you're needing any inspiration. Okay, and while you're looking at these clips, I wanted to update you about 2 things. If you missed my daily cleaning routine video, I'm going to link that down below in my description box. We're doing a giveaway over there, and I'm giving away a RoboVac. So if you want to be entered to win that, definitely click on the link down below, and then all the guidelines will be in the description box. And then I also wanted to let you guys know that we've bought a power washer and a shampooer. So I'm going to be working on a satisfying clean with me. So that's going to be coming out very soon. So if you're not subscribed, definitely click on that now so you don't miss that coming up.
So beautiful today, I know the game is changing. Just like a stranger trying to.
Okay, now that I'm finished working on the space here in the kitchen, I like to go ahead and clean up around it. I feel like it just brings out a lot of dust and crumbs and anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my Thieves spray and then my Jaws rag and just go ahead and wipe down this island. So if somebody were to come eat here while I'm working on another space, I know it's nice and clean and tidy. Okay, now we're going to move on to my master bedroom, and as you can see, it looks nice and clean and decluttered, and it is for like 95% of it, but that little ottoman there, you can tell it won't even shut all the way. So I am really good about like getting rid of stuff, and everything has a home, but when it comes to blankets, I hoard them. I don't know what it is. I don't like getting rid of blankets. I like being cozy and snuggly, and so I just cram all of them here in this ottoman. So we're going to go ahead and work on this. I had told myself I was decluttering, but I don't think I got rid of one blanket. I just folded them and organized them so they look better. I always get questions about this ottoman, just so you know. It's from Ross, and it was basically $100, but I love it. It's great for toys. It's obviously great for blankets. Anything that you want to hide and tuck away into just like a pretty ottoman, and you can throw some pillows on it. I feel like that's a great way to go as a mom. As you can see, most of these blankets are not mine. Mine would be like white or gray. I've got a lot of pink and color in there. Savannah likes to change her room out a lot, and so she's constantly getting new comforters, and I hate to just get rid of them because she loves making forts, and if friends come to spend the night, they make pallets. I don't know, can you ever really have too many blankets? And some of you will probably say yes, but I just can't get rid of a nice, warm, cozy blanket. So I ended up making it work. I was able just to fold them all in here nicely and, you know, kind of keep them tucked away. So here is how it looks now. It looks so much better, and I can actually see what's in there. So one day I might declutter that, but I was just not in the mood to let go of any of those blankets, and that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it, and if you can see, it actually shut all the way, so it's okay.
I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman.
And then once again, after I get done organizing or decluttering, I just like to go ahead and clean up the space that I was working on. I feel like if any of those blankets had dust or anything on them, I was shaking them out. So I like to just go ahead and get that area clean, and then I'll show you an after of this bedroom.
In your mind, how I spend my time, but it's a 24-hour streak. Wasting all your thoughts just to criticize, but there are plenty more ways to think. I'm not pretending, I'm more like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care. I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman.
Okay, now we're gonna head into my laundry room. I had to put my vacuum away, but I also need to work in this room as well. I'm really thankful that our builder gave us like tons of storage in here, but I'm good about keeping some of it nice and clean, and then others I've just been throwing up here, and it's mainly all the dog stuff. I gave them a shelf in here just so I could keep it all together and I wasn't constantly like reaching down to a low cabinet. So it's not terrible, but I need to just pull everything out and rework on it. A lot of these treats were going bad or it made George sick. So I'm just gonna wipe out this space and then work on getting all the treats organized, and then we're gonna put everything back in so it's like nice and pretty and tidy.
Feeling, you know I don't have to live inside your frames, boy. It's such a funny way to tell me what you search in life. Well, I'm a mad woman, sorry I don't compromise. Mad woman, keep calling me a mad woman. Boy, you tell me your business if I'm a mad woman.
So like I mentioned, I'm mainly working on the treats right now. There were a lot that had gone bad, that they were just like too hard and country. And then we're also learning he's kind of sensitive to some of these treats. So if they were messing with his belly, I'm going to go ahead and throw those away so that Savannah or Chase doesn't grab them. And I'm just making the bins look a little bit nicer. You can see right here when I put the lid on that one, it broke. That's actually why I got rid of these in our pantry and got all the new ones from Walmart. It's just because the lids kept breaking so much. So you can see me, I'm like pondering what to do and tapping my nails, and then I remembered I had a few more of the lids out in the garage, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with this one. I know these won't last forever, but until I break them all, I'm going to use them all. So you can just see I'm just gonna start putting things back where it's a little bit more visually pleasing to the eye. I like opening up spaces and it being pretty. There's a lot of these items that I can't make look pretty, like all these cleaning supplies are just colorful and bright, and that's fine, but I'm just going to stick them off to the side where I don't see them as much. Okay, so here's how it turned out. I didn't touch those bins up high because they're already organized. I have Savannah a medicine bin, and then an adult medicine bin, and then the very top is like our first aid, so it has like band-aids and, you know, wraps and all that stuff. So I know exactly what's in there and it's good to go, but I did want to show you just how all the jars turned out and how I organized everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe down this space. It got a little dusty from all the crumbs. I had no intentions on organizing or decluttering this cabinet right here, but once I got my other one done, I was like, okay, I'm in here. I just need to work on this. So I'm going to show you some before clips, and then I'm going to start taking everything out. Okay, so I think the KonMari method is so smart because you have these small cabinets or small drawers and you think, how much could actually be in there? And then you start to take everything out and it's like, oh my goodness, how did I fit this much stuff in there? You start to realize that you have double items that you like repurchased. So here's everything I have in that one cabinet, which I think is just crazy. I had no idea that much stuff was up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on like decluttering this space and then putting it all back. Obviously the lower shelves, I like to keep the items I'm using the most, and then the very top are things that I rarely need because it takes like a ladder for me to climb onto the dryer or washer up to that cabinet. So those are just items that I have extra of. So I'm gonna spray this cabinet out, wipe it down, and then we're gonna get to organizing it.
The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why. This ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories now.
I wanted to let you know, if you're new here, I have tons of like cleaning and organizing motivation on this channel, but I also love home upgrades and DIYs. So you can go back. I have a lot of series. I have a dream home series going on right now where we're just updating our home to make it our dream home. So I have all those posted. Plus there's a lot more to come in the future just because we're working on our back patio. We're about to redo our dining room. So tons of motivation your way. So I would love for you to hang out, check out my videos, and subscribe if you're enjoying them.
You're my music, but you tear me to pieces. So where does it come from? A scene that keeps playing on repeat, ignores the rule of thumb. Oh, where does it come from? Oh,
Okay, and then here is the final look at this cabinet. Like I mentioned earlier, I was not planning on working on this cabinet, but I'm so glad I got like the itch or the motivation to get it done because it looks so much better. I can actually reach the items that I need to reach. I actually know what's in there. And just like the other spaces, I'm going to go ahead and show you a few other cabinets in this room just for motivation or inspiration if you're needing to know. This is our bottom cabinet in there, and it's basically all of our reusable bags and then my dog's items. And then this is the junk drawer that's in here. It's not perfect, but I try to keep it somewhat organized. But this is the space right here that I was just showing you. But now we're gonna head on to my beauty room so we can work on my office desk. I'm only going to be working on this right side because the left side's pretty organized, but I'm going to open up these drawers for you one by one so you can kind of see what I'm working with. I like to show you a before so you know it wasn't perfect to start off with. But then I'm going to be going to the very top drawer, clearing everything out, getting that organized before I move on to the next one. Each drawer is really different, so none of them really need to be mixed together. So this top one is like all my calendars and notepads. I'm a big, huge list maker, and I love to keep tons of supplies. So you're going to see me pull all of this out, and then I'm going to declutter what doesn't need to go back, and then I'll put it back in the drawer. Now I'm going to move on to the second drawer. This one was insane. So there was a time where I couldn't find my redone to-do list notepads. And so when they finally came in stock, I bought every one that they had because I seriously love list making. I make one every night before I go to bed for the next day. I make lists for my videos. I make lists for the month. I don't know. I'm just constantly writing stuff down, and I'm just a pad and pen girl. So I bought as many as I could. That drawer didn't need much work. I just basically needed to stack things up and make it look pretty. I'm going to do this one as well. It just has like very few things in it. It just had like my curling wand and my straightener and my blow dryer. I will show you an after of how these drawers look if you just hang tight a little bit longer. This is basically my lash drawer. If you can tell, I used to get lash extensions, and then we all got stuck at home, and I started doing them myself again, and I actually found some pairs that I love. I'll leave that link down below in my description box, and they're just from Amazon, and they're super affordable. It's saving me so much money. But I cleaned everything out of that drawer. I had bracelets. Here's all the bins empty. I'm just going to go through the items that need to go back in there. I'm not going to put everything back, but the items that I do need to go. These are my SASHKACO bracelets. I'll leave that link down below in my description box as well, but I always keep a ton of these because when I meet you guys out in person and you come up to me, I always have one in my purse to give to you. So if you ever see me, come up and say hello and grab your bracelet. Okay, now I'm gonna finish up by vacuuming just like I did all the other spaces. I just feel like so much gets thrown out onto your floor that you don't realize when you're like decluttering and organizing. And then after I'm finished with this, I'm gonna show you the afters and how it turned out. I'm also gonna be showing you a few other spaces of how I have this room organized. I know I always like to see how other people organize, so I'm trying to throw some clips in there if you're new of spaces that I've worked on in the past that you may have missed. Okay, while I'm sharing all these clips with you, I wanted to let you know this video is almost done, but not finished yet. So if you want to see all the items that I cleared out of the spaces today that did not go back into that either need to find a new home or need to be trashed or donated, definitely don't click off yet. I've been saving all of it on my dining room table so you can see how everything looks that did not go back into its previous space. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it motivated you to work on a space in your home, and if you do, definitely let me know about it. You can tag me over on Instagram. I always love seeing what you guys are getting done around your house. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join my family. I do lots of cleaning content and home content, and I just try to keep you guys motivated like I do myself. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Don't forget to check out that giveaway. I'll have it linked down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.